All right. I hope everyone's doing well because today we're going to talk about a very important topic in trading. Now, I know usually most of my videos I have the charts pulled up and I'm just in a little corner of the screen, but we actually don't need the chart for today's video. And I actually just bought a camera as well, so I figured I'd want to put that to use. But the topic that I want to talk about is revenge trading. And I'm not going to do any cuts in this video. This is going to be off the top of my head. Like, I really want to dive deep into it because revenge trading, it's just one of those mind fucks. You know, it's one of those things that if you've been trading for some time now, you've experienced revenge trading. I don't know about you guys. In my journey, I've been trading for almost 4 years now. Like, there has been plenty of days where I should have just got off the chart, removed myself from the environment, but for some reason I just have that urge to revenge trade. And sometimes that works out, but a lot of the times that just ends up blowing everything. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, what did I just do? It's one of those things. You do it once, you do it twice, you tell yourself, I'm never gonna do it again. That's not me, I'm gonna be a professional. And then months down the road, it just happens. And you're just like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I know I shouldn't do that. I did it anyways. Why did I do that? Am I stupid? Like, can I be fixed? And trust me when I tell you, I have been there so many times, which is why I want to talk about it. And to actually understand it, we have to understand what it stems from. And revenge trading specifically stems from oversizing. Because the problem is, you take a loss, whatever it is, you take a loss on that first trade, and you're not comfortable with how big of a loss it is. You're like, damn, that's half my account, that's a third of my account, whatever it is. I might not make back the whole thing, but I at least need to make back a little bit of it. That is a very, very dangerous position to be in, because now you're not thinking logically, you're thinking based off your emotions, based off of, dang, I had that money, it got taken from me, and I want it back. And that is a terrible position to be in. So the first piece of advice I have for you, if you struggle with revenge trading, simply lower your size. Lower the amount you're risking. Like, I know probably most of you guys trade prop firms. Like, let's say you're trading a 50K account, $2,000 drawdown, whatever it is. I see some of you guys risking 1,000, some full porting the account. I see some people risking 700, a third of the account, whatever it is. If you struggle with revenge trading, lower the size. Maybe risk 400 per trade, maybe risk 500, because then you can be patient, wait for your A+ setup. Statistically, you are going to lose trades. That is part of your job, is going through the pain of having a red day. There's no getting around it. There's no strategy that statistically works 100% of the time. So what you have to do is you have to size accordingly to where you're going to be okay with that loss. You can come back from it from one trade or two trade, whatever it is. So some of you guys only trade like one account, two accounts, and because you have minimal accounts, you're trying to just full port the account because you want that big payout. When in reality, it may sound scary, but the better decision is to move to maybe 3 accounts, 5 accounts, whatever it is. Use a lighter size because you'll retain those accounts longer. You won't have any blow up or crash out days, and you'll probably trade with a lot more logic rather than emotion. So I highly recommend lower your size a little bit and just really focus on your system. Don't focus on the number on the screen, because I have been there. When I risk half of my account or even all of my account and I take a loss, I don't want to walk away from the screen. No, I need to make that back. I understand the position, and it's a terrible position to be in, but not undersizing, but lowering your size I promise you, that will help with the issue. Now, another issue that I noticed with revenge trading is having to end the day green. Now, this one, I'm going to be brutally honest, it's a very fucked perspective to have, because as traders, we know there is no strategy that works 100% of the time. We know that. You know that for a fact. There is no trader that wins every single trade. So how do you expect yourself to walk away from every single trading day green? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense at all. Me personally, I trade continuations, so I trade a very high win rate, low RR model. I'd say my win rate's probably, in the 75, 80% range. Recently it's been higher. I've been on a streak, which is awesome. But the thing is, I still, there's no avoiding that 20% of taking losses. There's no avoiding that. Now, the difference between a profitable and an unprofitable trader, and I'll actually say consistently profitable, because that consistently word means a lot. The difference is, on days where they have those losses, they understand that is part of their job, is to take losses. They understand that. The unprofitable trader, or the one that's not consistent, they're like, wow, I woke up this morning, I got ready, I did my morning ritual, whatever the hell you do, sip some coffee, get on the chart, and I walked away red. That doesn't make any sense. This is my job. But the problem is, you don't understand that 99% of people fail trade. That is the statistic. Maybe it's 97, whatever it is. And that's because it's wired in our brains. We do not want to see red. We do not want to see that we put effort into something and lost. And with trading, there is nothing holding you back from going back in the trade and trying to end green and win. There's nothing holding you back. So 97 to 99% of people can't walk away from that. And that is why so many people fail. The moment I started understanding that red days are just part of the job, it's literally part of the gig, and I would just shut my computer, walk away, that is when I started to get consistent payouts. Don't get me wrong, in my journey to becoming consistently profitable, I took wins, okay? I made a little bit of money off trading, but was that consistent? No. In the long run, I blew accounts, I lost all the money I made, and it was terrible. And it's just because I couldn't walk away from the computer. So I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Think about it as, let's say you lift weights, you're a power lifter. And let's say on this certain day, you're going for your max bench. Let's say it's, I don't want to do a bitch weight. Let's say you're doing 365, okay? You go in the gym, you're feeling good, everything's great, you've got pre-workout with you, your boys are with you, whatever it is. You unrack that shit, you're going up, and then boom, just lands on your chest. And you're just like, damn, that sucks. If you're a professional powerlifter, do you really think that you're just going to say, fuck it, re-rack, let's go, I'm going to try it again? No. That's how you tear rotator cuffs, that's how you injure yourself, that is how problems occur. No, what you do is you realize what happened, you take a step back, okay, what did I do wrong? Was my form off? Was my technique off? Am I dehydrated? Whatever the hell it is. And then you go back, you recover, you reset yourself, and then you try it again days later, weeks later, whatever it is. You need to treat trading the same way. You have to. If you take that loss, you're emotional about it, how do you expect to perform logically on the charts? It's completely impossible. I think what you guys should do, and I've even done this too. I'm a huge advocate for putting sticky notes on your desk, whatever it is. Put a sticky note. I'm actually going to give you some sauce right now. I want you to do this if you struggle with this. Put a sticky note on your desk and write down, the outcome of my 2026 will depend on if I have the ability to walk away from the charts after a loss. Write that down. Write that down word for word. Because that right there, if you actually put it into perspective, it's so true. People talk about blowing accounts all the time. Blowing an account does not happen from taking one statistical loss, unless you're sized way, way too heavy. And we talked about oversizing. But blowing an account happens from revenge trading. You hear people talk about blowing accounts, blowing accounts, blowing accounts. Well, that's impossible if you're sized correctly and you walk away after the loss. It's impossible. There's no way to blow an account if you're sized correctly and you don't revenge trade. It's impossible. Maybe you lose 25%, maybe 20% of your account, but you can't lose the whole thing. What do you think all those people did that blew their accounts? They revenge traded or they sized too heavy. Both go hand in hand. If you trade prop firms, I've already done a video on this. Do the personal lockout. Do whatever it is you have to do. Do the daily loss limit, do the lockout, whatever you have to do. There's a few different options because that will force you to build those good habits. And over time, I promise you, if you just go a month or two, you cannot even trade a strategy. If you just use these tactics right here and just take one trade a day and take good A+ setups that you're patient for, You cannot even have a consistent strategy and you'll probably come out green. You'll definitely come out better than if you were taking multiple trades a day. I can promise, especially after a loss. I can promise you that. So, like I said, if you're on prop firms, use the lockouts and you'll get to a point where you don't have to do that anymore. Like now, I just know if I take a loss, I know that I'm not in the right state to keep trading. So what do? I don't sit there and keep trading or try to make it back. No, I walk away from the environment, take a walk outside, go to the gym, do whatever the fuck I have to do to get me away from the environment. Because I know bad things will happen if I stay there. And you guys have to treat it the same way. You have to treat it as if you're the professional and trading is your business. And you need to do everything you can to properly manage that business and grow it over time. Not look to hit some home run product, get it, release it, whatever, make a bunch of money, and then you're a one-hit wonder. And a lot of people do that with trading. They try to go for one big trade. They can never consistently see profits. So watch this video 10 times over if you have to. Very, very, very important. Write that sticky note down on your desk. I'm telling you, I didn't forget about that. Write that down on a sticky note, put it on your desk, put it somewhere in your bedroom, wherever the hell you trade, and read that every single day before you trade. I promise it will help. As always, I have a link to join my free Discord. That's going to be in the description of this video. I post my bias every single morning. I commentate throughout Market Open, kind of give you guys some insight on what I'm thinking. I review you guys' trades, and it's all free. So literally so much free sauce in my Discord. But that is all I have for today. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys in the next video.